really like to see the jumps on the bridge too far because they got original Dakotas and all that. So I finished on Eagles Landed, and I literally put a sleeping bag and a couple of pairs of knickers and socks and things, and rode off to Holland to see if I could I just wanted to be on the set. And to see the Dakotas, because I was fascinated with World War II stuff, and my dad was at Arnhem, and I wanted to see, you're never going to get that again, 12 Dakotas chucking guys out over exactly the same on the Genkel, which is where it all happened. And I bumped into Roy Button. Name mean anything to you? Okay, he's been the UK head of Warner Brothers now for 10 years.
Wow, okay.
I think he's just retired.
Yeah.
But then he was a second assistant director on Bridge Too Far, right? And I knew the thing. I mean, he became the biggest cheese in Europe, when he took over Warner, and he ran Leavesden Studios for 10 years and, head shed at Warner. Anyway, but he said, "Oh yeah, you're an ex-Batty man, and you do stunts." And the stunt people on it were going, "No, you come out here on
European stunts, or were they English stunts?"
Oh yeah. It was Joe Powell and Alf Joint, the guys that I knew from.
Oh, okay.
From where Eagles Dare. And one of the things I forgot to tell you about was on Where Eagles Dare. At one point, when they're in the corridor sequence, and Richard Burton is doing broadsword calling Danny Boy, and Clint Eastwood is holding them off with 2 submachine guns, and all the Germans are running up and down the corridor, getting killed massively. They wanted 2 guys to come in with a big machine gun on a tripod. Yeah, and they said, "Well, would you want to put a uniform on and be the gunner?" So I said, "Yeah, I'd have some of that," because it was like 10 or 12 pounds. Well, my weekly wage was still £8 then. So they were going to pay me more than a week's wage for one day. So that, and I got shot by Clint Eastwood and I had bullet hits. So I got extra money for that. And then the ceiling fell down on me. I got extra money for that. I thought, this is the game. Anyway, so we're in Holland, and Roy said, "Well, would you teach the Dutch extras about the guns?" He said, "Because we've got a lot of extras here and they don't know anything about it, and they're pissing around and they keep on digging the muzzles in the ground and then firing blanks, and they don't realize that these things are, how destructive they can be, and how they start firing up at our guys coming down in the ground, and they stuck stones in the end, because there was a quite a high fuckwit factor out there with these guys,